Welcome everyone to our little session today, which is called From Likes to Leads, Revitalizing Your LinkedIn Engagement Game. My name is Christian. I run a little agency called Storytime Studios based out of Melbourne. We do projects everywhere. We're based in Melbourne. And we focus on branding and brand strategy. So this is your visual aesthetic, the story you're putting out there, and which channels you're actually investing your resources into building a presence on. And I'm joined today by Jordan Louise Knight. Jordan, how are you?
Thanks. So I run Spicy Pineapple Marketing, and I do social media management and lead generation. So if you're after some consumers and more engagement, social media is for you. If you're B2B, then LinkedIn is what you should be using. And we'll show you how to use it.
Absolutely. So in today's session, what are we talking about? We're going to be talking about LinkedIn. We're going to be talking about engagement, some top tips, and we're going to have some time for Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions, you can send them to us via our LinkedIn or Instagrams. These are our handles for LinkedIn, and you've got the Instagram accounts there as well if that's your preferred platform. So if you have a question around LinkedIn or personal branding or lead generation through LinkedIn, feel free to send it through. So we're gonna jump straight into it. And Jordan, engagement, why don't you get any and why this happens? Can you walk us through what is happening on LinkedIn? What's the latest state of LinkedIn, how it's working, what people should know when it comes to LinkedIn and using it in their professional setting, in their professional lives?
Yeah, so pretty much I would say this is your online resume. What you want to tell people that isn't as boring as a resume. You'll have your picture, so please put a picture in. People like to be personable. So show who you are and what you do in your heading. That'll help you a lot because you have about 2 seconds to show other businesses what you do and if you're actually professional. If you have an Instagram picture as your profile picture, it's not going to work. So if you're still trying to get it started, then I would suggest sorting out the background profile picture. Make sure your work is up to date, really, so people can see what you're doing and know if it's relevant to them. If it's not, then they're not going to talk to you. It's as simple as that. And post regularly.
So have you seen, so with LinkedIn, have you seen a major change in how the people are using the platform and what they need to be aware of in general, besides the tips, which we'll get into later? But in general, have you seen, people really taking to LinkedIn more lately?
Definitely. There are millions of people on LinkedIn, literally millions. So if you're out there to connect with a business or a person, they're most likely going to be on there. So don't spam people. LinkedIn tries to make it so you can't spam people. Equals why you can only connect with really about 20 people a day, because LinkedIn's going, no, if you're connecting with 100, you're going to spam someone, and they don't want the platform to turn into that. So don't spam. And put the right context up. So nothing from your social media, Instagram, Facebook should really be going on LinkedIn. It is professional. It is tips and tricks. It is, not what you're eating for lunch.
Yeah. So just to double click on that for a second, there's millions of people on now. I think they're almost close to 1 billion users now. What sort of people are on LinkedIn? Because I suspect it's very different, the people that are on LinkedIn versus the people that are on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. What sort of profile of person, what sort of profile of person is on LinkedIn, and what kind of content are they looking for?
Okay, so your professionals, anyone's employees, your CEOs, agency owners, everyone is on there. HR, marketing, CXO, financial advisors, Jesus, mortgage brokers, everything. You can find everyone in the professional world on LinkedIn. So the things you want to talk to them about is professional, but by having a general conversation. Yeah. So reach out to people in a nice way, not just pitch to them, is what I'm going to go with. So with the professionals, not piss them off.
Yeah. So, I mean, because you do this as a business, you provide this service to lots of customers. when it comes to the outreach, or this cold outreach, effectively, you don't know this person, you've connected, or you're trying to connect with them on LinkedIn, and you're trying to get a relationship going because this is a professional business platform. You provide the service of actually helping people do this or doing this for them, right? I know when somebody sends me a direct message, or they connect, and I'm like, oh, great, somebody wants to be my friend. And then they immediately, the first thing they send is, hey, did you know I sell this? Do you want to connect and book in? I find it that my immediate reaction is, cool. How do I unfollow? How do I remove this? Because I'm not interested. They're immediately gone to the sell. And I know we talk more about this later, but just to double click on this, you provide this as a service. What are the most powerful things or impactful things you can do when trying to use LinkedIn to generate these impressions or build relationships when you don't know the person?
Yeah, so it's, they have some things on their LinkedIn profile. Maybe ask them about their jobs. If they're in marketing, go, hey, what's the best thing about marketing? What are you enjoying at the moment about marketing? Yeah. What AI tools are you using for marketing? Something small, and also ask them if they're the right person to talk to. If you are going to pitch to them, ask them if they are involved in that process. It's as simple as that. If they're not, then maybe they can pass you on to the right person. And while you're doing that, follow their profile, like their posts, comment on their posts, follow the company, engage in endorsing their skills. Small touch points to bring them back in.
So all fantastic points. How do you find, you run your own business, you do this for clients, comparing LinkedIn to, for example, Instagram or TikTok or Google Ads? How do you find the relationship building process on this very professional focused platform versus all the other social networks that are out there?
So I feel like Facebook and Instagram is very pitchy. You just go straight in for the kill, but you're not going to get that many results. On LinkedIn, it's very much a professional environment. So you kind of want to warm someone up because you can see who they are in their picture. You don't know who is behind the scenes on Instagram or Facebook. There could be someone else managing the account. You have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
So personable.
That's a really interesting.
Yeah, and
it's a really interesting point
branding.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry, I'm interrogating you. Sorry. How this affects your brand? Well, when it comes to branding, what are you trying to do? You're trying to build your reputation. You're trying to build and establish some sort of recognition in your field, in your industry, to be a subject matter expert. And the current way to do this is you release content, organic content, and you say, hey, I know a lot about SEO, so I'm going to write a lot about SEO. And then when somebody needs SEO, they come across your content, they like your style, fantastic. The likelihood of them coming to you is much higher. And LinkedIn, when it comes to personal branding, it is like we've been talking about, it is a platform focused on professionals. It's focused on a very different type of content, knowledge-based content, compared to Instagram, where it's far more about entertainment, or TikTok, where it's completely about entertainment. And it's a great place to actually go, okay, I know something about this subject matter, about this topic, about this subject matter. I'm going to write about it. I'm going to post about it because I care about this for my business, but also as an industry, and I want to share what I know, and I can teach other people. And it also works the other way. If you are looking for certain types of information, you can go on LinkedIn and find somebody that is posting this content. And all of that is the brand building process. You have your visual aesthetic, the copy that you put out there on websites and on your LinkedIn profile, for example. But it goes a step further, because it's a network of connections. You can post to that network your content, your thoughts, your ideas. And as we were talking about, absolutely, you obviously post a very different type of content than you would on some of the more casual social media apps. And you're really trying to build your profile. You're really trying to tell people, what you know. And there's a balance there, and there's an art form there to going, okay, this is what I know, and this is my way of sharing it. And it's becomes effectively a filter for you. You put out the content, people engage with it, people react to it, and then you get a certain amount of impressions back, and it's effectively a platform for you to talk on. It is a platform for you to talk on, and as part of your overall marketing strategy, it can be very, very powerful. So Yeah, that's, oh, my screen's back. Yeah, so any questions?
So what if you post something about what you eat or what you've done at the gym on LinkedIn? What happens to your personal brand then?
No, it's interesting. Like, you know, LinkedIn, it's very much professional focus, and there's sort of this. Yes, there's people that post about their really personal life events, and I think that it's definitely not the platform where you want to center your focus on that. You know, people don't go there to see only updates about your life. Instagram's different. You know, the Instagram stories are designed to be that very sort of impulsive set of posts. But on LinkedIn, you know, you're not there to share every single minute of your day. Like you said, you're not posting breakfast pictures of, you know, the smash stab you're having. And, you know, if you do post it, absolutely build relationships. But if that's all you're posting, well, people will probably just devalue you. And LinkedIn as an algorithm will devalue it because it's not knowledge. It's not adding to what people understand about marketing or branding. It's sort of, it's not as useful. It's not as valuable to the audience. And, you know, it's like any party. You know, there's a certain vibe, there's a certain thing that people have come to the party for. And if you're not giving that certain style of content, well, you probably are not going to get along with people, or you're going to get bounced. So
Yeah. And
yeah,
LinkedIn also shares your posts first with your mutual friends on LinkedIn.
yes, it does.
So
Yeah.
it goes your connections, and then it goes, okay, if it's getting some traction, it will share it outwards. And once it's
Yes.
been liked, commented on, it shares to their network, which is obviously thousands. So the reach on LinkedIn compared to Instagram is massive.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like you know, specifically for what I sell, which is branding, brand strategy, my little brand strategy kits. Instagram is great because you can make it really visual and can be very creative. But when it comes to the actual nitty gritty of, okay, if I post something and will it get to my audience or the people that I want to know about this product or this update or whatever, you know, Instagram is I found it far less impactful on my business compared to LinkedIn. So yeah, absolutely. You get a very different reach.
Yeah. So we've got some tips coming up.